Banging the drum. Caitlin Clark is going to miss tonight's game, and she's got a groin injury. I have been banging the drum online and on here for the last 2 weeks saying there's something wrong with her legs. There's something going on. Is it the nagging quad injury? But it's something to do with the lower half of her body. It is a groin injury. Now we've got an idea of why she's struggling from long range, where it requires, some real push.
Breaking. Caitlin Clark is out again, and the entire WNBA is feeling the shockwave. Groin injury, national broadcast, benched. And now, the numbers are dropping, ratings are sliding, fans are furious.
And that is the news that Caitlin Clark is out with a groin injury. Now, if you guys have been watching the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark play over the past 3 games, it is very clear that Caitlin Clark is not feeling like Caitlin Clark. She has only made 1 3-pointer in her last 3 games, and even just last game, she only had 6 points. But it wasn't only her performance on the court that was worrying fans, it was also just her demeanor, her energy. It felt like something was wrong. She wasn't hyping up the crowd like she normally does.
And the WNBA, once riding the Caitlin Clark wave, now finds itself in real trouble. Tonight, we break it all down. What's going on with Caitlin Clark? Why viewership is sinking? And what this crisis means for the league's future. This is your one-stop source for serious WNBA coverage. Let's get into it. Let's start with the headline everyone's talking about. Caitlin Clark is officially out with a left groin injury. Insert footage. Clark limping off court versus Mystics. This comes just weeks after dealing with a hip quad issue and weeks of brutal contact on the floor. She's averaging 32 minutes per game, taking hard hits nearly every night. Stat graphic, most minutes per game, WNBA rookies. The wear and tear is showing, and now she's sidelined. And it's not just about one game. This injury raises bigger questions. Is Caitlin being protected by officials? Is the league doing enough to preserve its star? Or are we watching the burnout of a rookie phenom unfold right before our eyes?
Caitlin Clark is out again with an injury, which is the worst thing you can hear if you're a fan of the Indiana Fever, and really if you're a fan of the WNBA, because obviously Clark is the engine that makes the Indiana Fever go, and is the single biggest driver of interest in the WNBA, and it's not close. And anytime somebody is out of the lineup, you get concerned, especially when it's Clark, obviously, considering she had already been injured earlier this year and is now out with what is being dubbed a left groin issue.
Let's look at the data. On-screen chart, WNBA viewership, May versus June drop-off. After peaking during Clark's debut month, primetime games, record sellouts, June has seen a sharp decline in national numbers. ABC's last Sunday broadcast, down 24% from the previous month. Why? Fans are frustrated. Some feel the game is too physical. Others say the officiating is inconsistent. And many casual viewers, the ones Clark brought in, are tuning out when she's not on the floor. That's a marketing crisis. Angel Reese continues her double-double streak, 8 straight games, dominating the boards. A'ja Wilson and the Aces are heating up, winning 4 straight and climbing back up the standings. Sky versus Fever rivalry is becoming must-see TV, but also increasingly physical. The league has the drama, the stars, the rivalries, but without Caitlin Clark at full strength, it feels unstable. All right, let's take you back to the game where everything changed. Indiana Fever versus Washington Mystics. A matchup on paper, not exactly a headline, but by the final buzzer, it became a defining moment in Caitlin Clark's rookie season. Clark finished with just 6 points. She went 1 for 10 from deep, her lowest scoring game of the year. And it wasn't just the numbers, it was her demeanor, her body language.
Caitlin Clark out yet again with a left groin injury. Caitlin Clark will be missing tonight's game versus the Los Angeles Sparks. The venue will be open. Out with a left groin injury. We go from a quad to a quad to a groin.
Let's roll the tape. Look at this sequence. She's getting bodied on screens, bumped off the ball, hand-checked on the perimeter, and there's no whistle. That's not just tough defense. That's accumulated wear and tear catching up.
Indiana Fever just lost a really tough game against the Los Angeles Sparks, and it comes back to the four things the Indiana Fever always have trouble with: missed layups, missed free throws, interior defense, and rebounding. That is why the Indiana Fever lost this game, and that's why they cannot be a championship team in my opinion. You have to be able to get stops, you have to be able to rebound the basketball when you do force stops, but there was some positives in this game as well that we have to get into. Kelsey Mitchell was spectacular. I love to see her furthermore breaking her shooting slump. She had 20 points today on 44% shooting from the three-point line, so you like to see her have 3 back-to-back games in a row where she's having over 20 points. She's totally in her groove now.
Let's start with this rookie class. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Cameron Brink, Rickea Jackson. This group hasn't just arrived, they've taken over. They're on posters, in rivalries, and dominating highlight reels.
This rookie class is electric. Let's keep it real. Caitlin Clark is the headline, yes. But Angel Reese? She's put up 8 straight double-doubles. Cameron Brink, before the injury, was swatting shots like she owned the paint. And Rickea Jackson? Silent killer. These aren't just rookies. They're the face of the new WNBA. Period.
And they're not just playing well. They're changing the culture. Think about it. Angel versus Caitlin is already a full-blown rivalry. Social media buzz, sold-out arenas. This class is drawing fans from college, converting them into season ticket holders. The league needed this, and these women delivered.
Now, we have to address the controversy that's clouding all of this. Officiating, missed calls, inconsistent whistles, and what many see as a lack of protection, especially for the league's biggest draw, Caitlin Clark.
Look, we all saw the Kennedy Carter hit. We've seen Caitlin take elbows, shoulders, hard fouls, and get no love from the whistle. If this were Steph Curry in the NBA, that's a flagrant and a fine, no question.
Look, we all saw the Kennedy Carter hit. We've seen Caitlin take elbows, shoulders, hard fouls, and get no love from the whistle. If this were Steph Curry in the NBA, that's a flagrant and a fine, no question.
And this is not a bone contraction. They need this Skyway bone contraction. And when fans lose trust in officiating, it's not just about one play. It becomes a credibility issue. You can't grow the game while your stars are getting injured and your officials look lost.
Now comes the question no one wants to ask, but we have to. If Caitlin Clark is out for several games, or worse, can the WNBA sustain this momentum without her?
Short term, the league's gonna feel it. She's the headline. She moves ratings. She sells out arenas. But long term, this is a chance to showcase the depth. A'ja Wilson is a 2-time MVP. Arike is box office. Sabrina Ionescu is on fire. The WNBA has stars, but they need the spotlight too.
But here's the reality. The league leaned too hard on Caitlin. They put her face on every poster, every promo, every national game. So yes, the viewership dips. But that's not her fault. That's a league-wide marketing issue. You've got to lift everyone, elevate the whole league, or this moment slips away.
Couldn't agree more. Caitlin Clark brought the spotlight, but now it's time for the league to share it. Elevate A'ja, push Sabrina, promote Angel. Because if this league wants to grow, it can't rest on one player. It's got to build a generation.
So, here's where we are right now.
Caitlin Clark, the most talked about rookie in the history of the WNBA, is out again. And even if it's for a few games, the silence is loud. This isn't just about one player missing a few minutes on the hardwood. This is about momentum. It's about energy. It's about hope. Because Caitlin wasn't just bringing fans to the arena. She was bringing belief that women's basketball matters, that the WNBA matters, that the game we all love can rise to meet this moment. But now she's sidelined, and what we're seeing, viewership is dipping, ticket demand is softening. The noise that once felt unstoppable, it's fading. And so here we are at the crossroads. The question isn't just when will Caitlin be back, it's what will this league do while she's gone? Will it rise to the occasion or fall back into silence? If you love the WNBA, now is the time to show it. Like, share, comment, debate, show up, subscribe to this channel. We're going to keep telling these stories with passion, facts, and heart. And drop a comment below. How do you think the league should move forward while Caitlin heals? Caitlin's absence hurts, but her impact, it's permanent. Let's honor that. Let's protect that. And let's make sure this league doesn't stop evolving just because one star sits down.